I hope you're not over just yet.
Because we're just getting started. We're talking about gold investment. Investing in gold, probably a valid thing for you to look into right now, but why? So that's probably the question that you have. Perhaps if you want to call us, 0322829062 or 2283043 and talk to us in this beautiful, colorful set with our guest this morning. Okay, let us welcome Shahrul Kamal Ramli, an expert in gold investment and also from the Kuala Lumpur Bullion House. Good morning, thank you for joining us.
Yes, a very good morning to you as well.
This is the most expensive show we've ever had. I see 20 grams, I see 50 grams, I see 100 grams. Is that correct?
That's right.
That's right, I see the 20, the 50 and the 100. So that's real gold you're looking at. And that's the color, first of all. I think people don't really know the actual color of gold. It's not as shiny as you would appear.
Yeah, basically, if I were to bring the big bars.
1 kilo?
Yeah, the 1 kilo, the half a kilo. In fact, you even have a bigger one, like the 7 kilos. Yeah, but all these are actually certified gold. So basically, one have to know what to get into when you talk about investment in gold.
So gold is the safe haven everyone's been talking about. But really, how expensive or how affordable is it for someone to buy gold? And what kind of gold? Should we buy the physical one? Should we invest in some kind of paper version of gold, like what the bank's offering? Or what's the best sort of investment?
Well, maybe as for beginners, they might want to say learn or start with the physical gold. That will give them freedom in terms of having the asset. One have to know that having gold is actually as good as having a currency. So in other words, the value is like you can have it anywhere with the same value. That means it's as good as a currency rather than a commodity. So throughout history, we've seen that gold have been so resilient against any inflationary pressure, as well as the fiat currency crisis. So if you would have a country having a problem such as war or any catastrophe or whatever, one if need to fly overnight, gold is the main thing. And if you have government to collapse, the currency would collapse as well. So, but gold will stay the same.
Right, the resilience of gold.
I know a lot of people are aware of the potential of gold because we hear people talking about it. Yeah, we should really buy into gold right now. The price is good, blah blah blah. But why aren't they doing it? Are they intimidated by it?
Well, what is available in the market, that is the fair thing to say, because one cannot have something which is not available.
Right.
So as for Malaysia, don't quote me for this, but I would say that we are still in an infant stage in terms of investment in gold, by which Malaysia is not a certified London Bullion Market Association country. Means if we were to produce our own gold, it is not certified internationally. So therefore we need to import gold which are certified internationally. London Bullion Market Association is a platform where people get into trading in gold. Either it's physical or it could also be stuff like ETFs or exchange traded funds and indexes, you know. But all this, it will govern back to a body under London Bullion Market Association. So therefore there is that integrity of chain which is being audited off and on. So on that basis, maybe Malaysia would like to look into getting into a member of a London Bullion Market Association. There are other exchanges as well, like the Dubai Market, Dubai Good Delivery, New York, NYMEX, COMEX, Tokyo Tocom, Tokyo Commodities. You know, all these markets still sync with LBMA, London Metal Exchange. So, like it or not, for us to step into the international ground, we need to get together with the flock.
Yeah. Let's talk about what is available on the market today. Because of this, I would call it a slight lack of regulation or validity. There have been schemes where you buy the metal, give you an interest rate at the end of the month, and then you return the metal and get your cash back.
Right.
So these schemes are kind of rampant today. What's your take on these?
Well, it started with a scheme. It ended up with a scam. So,
I think I'm busted by a bank.
well, yeah, until somebody complains, yeah. In terms of regulation in Malaysia, when you talk about gold, buying, lending, borrowing, whatever you do with gold is still governed by Bank Negara Malaysia, because as I say, it also been treated as a currency rather than just a commodity, yeah. So therefore, for a company to introduce, say, fund management, like you invest in gold, we'll give you 2% every month and all this, or you buy one, you get 3, a lot of scheme that they come up with. But when you talk about investment, what is the rule of investment? There's only 2 reasons why people get into investment. One is to preserve cash, the other one is to make that cash grow, or your capital grow. So you don't want to get into risky business, do you? Alright? So if you get into something that you are not familiar with, or you're not sure, a territory where you've never been there before, so you might want to ask a lot of questions rather than, okay, I love this return, but you should find out where does the return come from. So who provides this return? So is it a marketing phenomenon that we're seeing? When he collects the money, he will give some to you, and he will collect more, and this will continue until the marketing stop. Then the musical chair stop, so they can't pay any more dividend. So that is why people come to complain and they clap. So that's how they get busted.
So speaking of potential risks, are there any risks in investing in gold for, more specifically this year, 2012, or at the beginning of the year?
Okay. I believe you are referring to the pricing of gold, whether it's going up, going down, or whatnot. Yeah. But if you look at an overall view of gold market or the gold price, you have people or the experts saying that it should surpass 2,000 US dollar per ounce. When it is only 1,600 something now, yeah. So that is on ounce, yeah. So and US dollar. So we in Kuala Lumpur Bullion House, as well as Promoter One, believe that that the price would get there, and in fact it can go higher in view of the weakening, especially Europe. Getting weaker every day. No doubt you can see some improvement in the US, in the States, but an overall market sentiment globally pinpointing that there might be more problems coming out of Europe. So based on that, you as well know that the correlation between the rest of the fiat currency and gold is always on the opposite way. So if the rest is coming off, so gold should go up. So not just based on that, but also the phenomena that the supply of gold, physical gold on a yearly basis there's a structure problem, which the demand is more than the supply. So based on that, simple economy, when demand is more, price goes up. So we have not seen or envisaged that the gold price is coming off. So I just believe that one might want to learn how to do saving first before get into real investment, or knowing the rest of the tools which are pretty much paper investment. So therefore, learn about the physical gold, then we get into the paper investment.
I guess in a way we thank Richard Nixon, took the US off the gold standard, and this is what we get.
That's what
This is what we get. Anyway, just deviating slightly. Gold is one precious metal. There's also silver. What's your take on silver?
Well, it's as good as coffee and tea. So those who don't like coffee go for tea. Just like silver, it is a substitute of gold. Therefore, it follows in tandem. So it has a very, in fact, sometimes silver moves more than gold. Okay, for the reason of supply.
And it's cheaper.
Yeah, definitely. Much cheaper, and in terms of percentage, it moves even higher than gold. But like I say, you have to look at other angle as well. For instance, liquidity. Silver might have slimmer liquidity than gold, by which not many people would buy back silver. But gold, you can have everyone willing to buy back. But for silver, you might buy it and having problem to sell it out, if you're buying in bulk. So therefore, a lot of people who likes to play silver go into the paper investment rather, because they feel that it's easier to exit than the physical. And in fact, you don't have many, internationally of course, you don't have many vote keeping silver. They are preferring more onto gold because of the insurance value.
I've also made one note of the investment in gold. There are banks offering paper-like investments in gold, and that seems to be good, but the price, it seems a lot less or a lot cheaper compared to anything your regular goldsmith may be offering. So how is that, and how safe are these investments?
Okay, if you are referring to the saving accounts,
right?
Yeah, a lot of big banks especially already into gold. And this is because it's I can say the normal operation of a bank is to take on deposit so that they can employ that same capital for people to take loan from that. Okay, so it is not an allocated physical, means if I am a buyer of a bank gold account, it doesn't mean that they will buy gold for me. So what it means is it becomes a banking reserve account. So it will be put into a gold account. So a person might buy, say, ringgit 1 million of gold in saving account, but if he would want to have the physical, he might be intimidated by more charges in getting the physical. So on that basis, it is not an educated account. Remember what I mentioned earlier, that if anything happens, I can still grab my gold and run. So
grab your savings book and run.
Yeah. So, and unless that bank is somewhere else as well,
Right.
So
makes a lot of sense.
yeah. So one have to understand what are they getting into. So getting into a saving account is actually safe in a way if you have a good bank, a big bank, a bank which you think will not go bust. But when you talk about a country position, especially when you talk about riots or election or whatever, which changes in government happens and uncertainty, is in the market. So physical is still the best.
Yep. Well, this is the good stuff right here. We're looking at it. What are your predictions for gold, besides the fact that it's going to go up, of course? There are these dips. We saw one, I think, in December, late December, we saw a slight dip. That was the best time to buy. But is it going to dip again? Is it seasonal?
Well, like I mentioned, it's demand and supply, yes, okay. But when you talk about international market, it's always the traders who would say control the price or move the price quite a bit. So therefore, if you look at the end of the year, what happened was there was a lot of